I'm going to call the spirits in, and we're going to do some shamanic soul gardening. I've been harvesting my garden, and I got thumbs up. I'm actually getting my calendar dates, times, and classes scheduled. Yeah. Grandmother Sunflower, please open the sacred circle. We call to the north, to the gateway of the stars. May your brilliance, your light, your information, and your divinity shine down and illuminate us as we cross over now to the south, to the gateway of earth. May your fruits and abundance, your minerals, and all your harmony and beauty come and feed us. And we walk now to the east gateway of dawn. Beautiful rising sun, today is our brightest day. As the sun crosses through the multitudes of our lives to the twilight of the west, we open the gateway of twilight and that which lies betwixt between, and we invite in the fairies and all the unseen compassionate spirits to support us today in our fertile garden. As above, so below, as within, so without. Thank you for being here today, all my friends. Lainey, who's with us on Zoom, and all of you on Facebook Live, watching the recording or watching live. It's great to see you. I am Carla Meske. I'm a shamanic healer for animals and people. I teach classes through my school, SpiritHealer School of Shamanism, and I have small classes on Celtic style shamanism and a full program on shamanic healing that's 18 months long and gives you as much as I know. Well, as much as I've learned so far, because every time I journey, I learn a little more. And so my program keeps expanding. With us today is Lainey. Lainey, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Lainey is my friend here in Phoenix. She's in my local circle. She is a student of shamanism with me, and she's quite powerful and lovely.
Oh, thank you. You're lovely and powerful too.
Oh, someday we'll get to be together again, huh? Yeah. The COVID thing will pass. Have you heard about the Mongolian shamans who are doing ceremony for us to rid COVID from North America?
Yes.
They're
doing great work.
They're doing great work. And today I go out and offer more milk. There's one tree out in my front yard, a beautiful ironwood tree that is my anchor tree for this land.
Neat.
So, and you've done ceremonial work with that tree when we first moved in here, remember?
Yes. Wow, it seems like a long time ago.
I know, it was only a year ago.
Wow, really?
It was May of 2019.
Wow.
And I've done a lot of gardening here. The place has really transfigured. It's neat.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Well, as soon as it cools, we can have social distancing outside meetings again.
All right.
And we will. We're not going to be cowards about it.
I'll be there.
So shamanic soul gardening is what we're here for. Some shamanic soul gardening is the practice of using the shamanic journey to create a garden in non-ordinary reality who carries the intention of what you want to create in ordinary reality. And the shamanic soul garden is broad in that you can carry the intention of doing healing work for others by growing the plants and the medicines that you need for that. You can grow plots and gardens that are about manifesting in your life. You can have garden plots and grow beauty for healing others. So healing relationships, anything that is of importance to you to create and manifest. If you work in the shamanic soul garden with your compassionate spirits to make a garden, an ecosystem there that is about manifesting that thing unfolds in your life. So far, so good. I have to report on the soul garden that we've been working on this summer. And my intention of the garden for this summer is that I would get organized. I know, organized, which means getting my calendar together, having my classes figured out, marketed, knowing what's going on in my day. You got to know, dates and times are not my thing. I was born without that piece in my brain. It's went missing. I've done soul retrieval for it, but what's happening now is as I work in my soul garden, my capacity to actually do that is coming to fruition. So I'm going to show you, share screen. I am going to show you something right now, real cool, that I have actually on my website, SpiritHealer.com. On my website, I've put up the classes for the rest of this year and the full circle class that begins next year. It's like a miracle.
I noticed right away that you had done it. I'm like, wow, yay.
Yay! And today in our garden, I'm going to work on the plot for having my marketing actions together, getting my Instagrams, my
Get to planting.
Get to planting. So we have Shamanic Soul Gardening every Wednesday, as you see here. Then coming up on, starting Wednesday, August 19th, I put that in, look what I did. I put Connected Flow in conflict with Shamanic Soul Gardening.
Uh-oh.
Another, we've got weeds on top of weeds. I'll be moving soul gardening to Tuesdays.
Okay.
This is an announcement. Soul gardening will be moving to Tuesdays. So Connected Flow is my practice of using hands-on healing with shamanism, merging with plants and trees and with the natural elements and a shamanic teacher, and putting our hands on and using our hands as monitors to see what's going on underneath them on animals or a person's body, and doing healing work energetically that way. And it's amazing. Spiral in Time is a 3-part class taught to me by the fairies over the course of many years. And it's a class where we work with the stories of our ancestors to heal the wounds, the stories that are untold, and heal them so they no longer have activity and manifestation in our lives today. We then have Dragon Magic starting September 17th. Dragon Magic is part of the Full Circle Shamanism course, but this class I open to the broader shamanic population because it's kind of a standalone part of it. And it's a big, rich, fabulous class that starts September 17th. It's a 6-part class, 6 weeks class. And then for those of you who are interested in the Shamanism for Animals Intensive, this is probably my signature. Well, I don't know, I got signatures all over the place, but this is a really important class for me. It's a class that I find people come in going, I can't do this. And 12 weeks later, they're doing stupendous, fabulous healing work with really rich animal communication. Learn to communicate with animals, learn to heal them, learn the basics of shamanic healing in 12 weeks. That begins September 30th. And yeah, I'm definitely moving soul gardening to Tuesdays. And finally, we have our renewal with the Kaliak ceremony on Thursday, October 29th. We do this every year. You just have to do it. It's our ceremony for releasing all of the last year and planting the seeds for the new year so that the Kaliak will sing over our bones and make it possible for us to emerge the new person we wish to be in the spring. It's our fall ceremony. So that's what's happening at Spirit Healer.
What so much beautiful work, Carla. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
This year, I've been changing the Full Circle program from being a 9-month to basically doubling it in length and adding a lot more into it. And my work, it's been hard for me because I have to redo all the books and redo everything, but really worth it. And my practice has expanded immensely with it. It's pretty mind-blowing. My sessions now are, I don't know what I was doing before, but they're more powerful now and more effective now than they've ever been. So I'm a student with you guys. We're all in this together, and it's fun. Lainey, how's your gardening been going?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I wanted to get a lot of stuff done outside, and that's been working out well. I have my plants were kind of getting a little scary, but now they're looking all right. I have to run out there every day and make sure that this heat isn't killing them.
Yeah.
And just doing some other stuff around the property. So that's been
What
good.
about your, have you been going into your Shamanic Soul Garden?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I remember we had made the intention that I was going to, do some stuff around here. And so,
right.
Right. So, by going and doing my journeys, it seems like it's inspiring me to do things in my, in my life. So, which is
cool. So as you're doing your journeys, you're finding that you're actually going outside and doing your gardening.
Right. And I'm doing more journeys, which is interesting, right? So it's kind of like, like connected. I do more journeys and I do more work, and then I do more journeys and I do more work.
It is connected. And the mission of shamanism is, well, the kind of shamanism we do, I think one of the key missions of it is to walk in partnership with the fairies, to walk in partnership with the spirits, with the she specifically, so that our lives are shared with them and they can add bounty to our life and we can add joy to theirs. And I think soul gardening is a big part of that.
I know they're excited to be part of our lives, right?
Yeah. And as I'm doing more soul gardening, I'm finding that I have new teachers who have come in who are now fixtures in my sacred circle. And I'm finding that my sacred circle is becoming more grounded, more rooted. Right now in the Full Circle course, we're doing a big section on working with the she. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's called Sidhe, and it's an Irish term for the fairies. And they're the people who went into the Hollow Hills and they live alongside us. So not necessarily little winged beings, but big spirits who will co-create with us. It's an amazing thing. And so I'm doing that section on the she and on working with the trees. And what I've found is that when we create a sacred circle that we do shamanic work in, that has a perimeter, that has stones as a perimeter and trees as a perimeter, we are creating sacred space for our shamanic work and for our whole life. And my work becomes more contained and yet more powerful. And there's a portal in the center of that circle, which grandmother always opens the center in a different way each time for each client. And then the portal where the client sits in the center goes, and we drop down through it into the stories, into the soul retrieval, into the healing work for each person. So it's like I'm learning that if you contain your space, you create a portal to infinite. But if you just try to go infinite, you get lost in I get just lost in the cosmos and flittery zibbity. And I think that soul gardening is part of that practice of giving our life definition and boundaries. And within boundaries, we're set free. So that's my latest thinking.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
It's around, all the stones are powerful and the trees are powerful and you're powerful. So definitely gives it a place to vibrate.
And resonate, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, and you were at Bumblebee last year. Bumblebee retreat for November, we're canceling it. The COVID is just, it's just too challenging. But we have scheduled the first week of April of 2021. We'll begin on Thursday, the 1st. We're going over Easter weekend. Sorry about that, but that's what Bumblebee reserves for us. So it is what it is. As Kelly says, hide Easter eggs and feed them fish. Kelly is the ranch manager who ran. All right, Kelly, we will. We've been going there for what, 12 years? It's nuts. But we have a stone circle up there that's really powerful.
Very. So beautiful.
Mm.
A lot
Okay.
of great lessons in that. Huh?
I'm sorry?
I said that stone circle has a lot of beautiful lessons in it.
Oh, so many. So strong. Mm. We need to journey. We're going to journey. And we are going to go to our sacred garden that we have planted. And we're going to harvest. Today is the beginning of harvest. Now, you may also do some tending and some planting. But let's see what we can harvest. And then let's see how that harvest unfolds for us in our life. Ready? 5 minutes. Well, what'd you harvest? What happened?
Well, let's see. I went into my garden, and then there were trees all around my garden, and then there was a fire in the middle, and I had to put like all the things that happened this week as an offering to the fire in the middle.
Yeah.
And then my amethyst dragon pointed a path for me, and I went down this path, and there was a rows and rows of crystals that were growing, and then I was to use those in my spiral that I have, and then it showed those in my spiral, and then it showed the spiral of the Milky Way, and then the spirals of different multiverses and how we're all connected, and then I just kept hearing the word allow things to be, because everything is connected. So I have to really think about it.
Wow.
I know, right?
Do you feel different?
Yeah, like maybe a little woo woo. And yeah, I do. It's still work to do, but I need to. I've been really concentrating on getting work done, and they're telling me to allow, to just let it be, and do, let things happen. So.
Uh-huh. I like yours. They're telling you to make your spiral in this world that is mirroring the galactic spirals.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a big lesson. And you know that the sunflower and everything grows in a pattern of a spiral, right? That our hands, look at that way, it doesn't look so old. Our hands are divided, our bodies are divided in the proportion of a spiral. So if you take like this finger, the whole length of the finger is in the same ratio as the whole to this piece, as this piece is to that piece. That probably makes no sense unless you know Euclid. But what it means is that it's the same pattern as a nautilus spiral. It's the same pattern as the spiral of the galaxies. And that is the way life grows and the way our world unfolds. It's the natural order of things. And so as you're making your crystal spiral, you are allowing your life to be in harmony with the flow of the universe.
Wow, that's beautiful. Neat.
Brought to you by the number 5. Geometry.
And today's the 5th.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And that's my life path number is 5.
Your what number? Your path
my
number?
life, yeah.
Ah, look at you, you little
I'm getting goosebumps. What was yours?
Same thing. I thought I would be harvesting, but no. I went into a quadrant. I have my summer garden is in 4 quadrants, and I noticed that one quadrant got torn down because I'd harvested all the weed out of it before, and they planted fava beans, which was like, yes, because I'm going to plant fava beans in my regular garden to set nitrogen.
Oh.
And then I went into the other quadrant, which has never really been right. And it was a complete disaster. Like the trees were all dead and broken. And it was everything in my life that I have not been taking care of, So we took all that debris up and we made a big bonfire and burned it, and then took the ashes and created sacred space. And I put my intention of love and devotion to all the parts of my life that I have not been attending to. Maybe things get better.
But that is renewal, right? Fire?
Totally. In the other quadrants, I saw that things are still growing and harvest will come. Lettuces and berries and...
Just have to allow them to grow.
Yeah, come back later. Tuesday, in fact, we're going to shift. So next week we'll be on Tuesday. Or would you prefer Friday?
Whatever's best for you.
Tuesday it is. Tuesday. We'll make it Tuesday. Mm-hmm.
Same time?
Same time. Yeah. Good. Lainey, you're the best. I deeply appreciate you.
I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful for the work that you bring to this world.
Thank you, honey.
You're an inspiration.
I try my best to be the best Carla I can be every single day. And most days it's pretty good, but some days it doesn't work out. And other days are better than that. So today.
All about the contrast. What?
Today is a good day.
All right.
Hugs and kisses. Thank you very much, Facebook friends. Appreciate you, YouTube channelers. We will see you again next week, Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific, Facebook Live or Zoom for Shamanic Soul Gardening. Thank you.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.